Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Good afternoon to all our distinguished participants joining us from different parts of the world. It is truly an honor for me to welcome you to the 10th session for our International Climate Change webinar series. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. Your presence show your commitment to understand climate changes and contributing to a green future. So far, our the past nine sessions, we have had the privileges of hearing from many global respected climate activities, researcher, policies, expert, and environment leaders. They discuss a wide range of topics from rising global temperature and melting glaciers to sustainable development and green innovation and community resilience. Today, as we enter our 10th session, we continue this journey with even more energy and passion. After today, we still have four more sessions ahead of us, and I am happy to share that our final session will be a practical in-person seminar in Islamabad, where will welcome several distinguished guests, climate specialists, and policymakers. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce today's guest speaker. We are honored to have with us Mr. Randy Linozo, who is currently serving as the corporate director for academic and is also the concurrent school dean at Jujo Ligan International School in Mindanao, Philippines. Mr. Alonso has been actively contributing to the fields of education, leadership, and youth development, and his work reflects a strong commitment to preparing youth people for a sustainable and resilient future. His insight on green economy, social enterprises, and job creation through sustainability are highly respected and truly valuable for all of us. We are deeply honored to have with us today as part of our Youth Climate Action 2025 Youth and Climate Entrepreneurship series. So, without taking any more time, I would now like to invite Mr. Lunazo to begin their presentation. Sir, welcome. Now the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Mabuhay. Greetings from the Philippines. How are you today? I hope everyone is doing great. So it's already 6 o'clock in the evening here in our country. I guess it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Pakistan. Yeah, am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 o'clock.
Yeah. So well, I'd like to share my screen. Okay. Oh, no, it's just not. Oh, I'm still checking my files. I cannot. Anyways, so there we go. I guess I can now share. Oh, mhm. Mhm. Are you seeing my slides now? No?
Um, no, sir, you are not visible. Your screen is not visible, sir.
Oh, okay. How can I do this? Oh, Okay, can you see now my slides?
Yes, sir. Now we can see.
So how about this? Is that moving? Yeah.
Sure, sir.
Okay, that's great. Okay. So once again, good afternoon, good evening to all of our participants this afternoon's event. And thank you so much for having me joining your wonderful gathering. And it's really great pleasure and honor to be here joining your event. And I'm Randall, and also I'm from the Philippines, and I'm the corporate director for academics and the concurrent dean of the George Ila International School of Hotel and Tourism Management, General Santos City Campus. And I'm handling, actually, these are the logos of our institution. We have different campuses from the preschool up to higher education. And today, I'll be talking about the youth entrepreneurship and green economy, which is a topic that is not only timely but also crucial for shaping the future of not just my country, but I guess the entire world. No, my goal today is simply we will show you, I will show you how young people, or like my country's youth, can build sustainable income generating businesses while protecting the planet, because that's our goal. And I know this particular forum will provide us an avenue to really ensure that each and every participant of this session will be enlightened on your participation. And I'd like to congratulate the Youth Climate, the Youth Diplomacy Forum for having these wonderful, sessions which is available to everyone, so that everyone, especially the youth, as considered as our future leaders, the future generation really lies to the youth of today. And of course, the future generation. Now, um, our agenda, or the outline of my presentation, is, of course, the first is why youth entrepreneurs matters right now, or what are the significance, of doing all of these things, because this is really very important. And what is somehow the idea of, like, what is green economy? And maybe I can also give you an overview of the Philippine policies, because that's very important. I haven't traveled to your place, Pakistan. So I just thought of, like, giving you an insights of, like, what is happening in my country, in the Philippines. What are the policies and the programs that support green entrepreneurship in our country? Then, of course, I'll share, as a few cases, or like case studies from the Philippines as well, so that you will also see, that it's really possible. If it is happening in my country as a third world country, and you know that very well, we're a developing country. We're not yet developed, just like in other countries, in countries in Europe, or in North America. We're developing countries. So I know that we in Asia, especially in my country, we have significant, cases or stories as well to share with you, the youth of our future. And the practical business, of course, I'd like also to share practical business ideas for the youth. And the questions like how to support, where to get the support, the funding, and that's the funding sources and support channels. And by the end of the session, you will have the clear ideas on how to start, to sustain, and to scale a green enterprise, because that's the goal. That I guess that this might make topic about, a green economy, and the youth enterprise entrepreneurship and the green economy is all about. Now, okay. Now, youth and employment context. Okay, so let's begin with our current situation, especially in the Philippines. So the Philippines is a very young population, and nearly there's only 30%, which are youth, age 15 to 30 years old. However, the challenge is many of us here are underemployed and unemployed. Yeah. And in 2024, that's last year, youth unemployment in some month reached around 14 to 15%. And that's according to the Philippine Statistics Authority in the labor reports, which means that that means that many young people have skills and talents, but fewer jobs. So the key question is like, are we waiting for jobs, or can we start creating them? And that is where entrepreneurship, especially green entrepreneurship, enters the picture. Because instead of like just, thinking of um looking for a job, why not create a job or like establish your own business? And that's actually one of the traits of the youth of today, of, instead of like looking for a job, why not create something that will still exhibit, still expose, still um create opportunities, not just for yourself, but of course for other people. Now the question is like, what is green economy? So the green economy is an economy that is low carbon, resource efficient, and socially inclusive. So it focused on businesses that protect the environment while making profit. And an example to that, of course, sustainable agriculture, renewable energy, services, recycling and upcycling businesses. Ecotourism is also very important. It's an example of this green economy, and the carbon efficient technologies. Here in the Philippines, we're proud to see that we have this, the law, the Republic Act 10771, which is also known as the Green Jobs Act, which provides, tax incentives and support to enterprises that create green jobs. So this is one of the initiatives of the government, making sure that, we encourage as well young people and all businesses to do green, employment, green businesses, to make sure, of course, when we do green businesses, we're also helping the economy. Aside from that, we're really helping the environment. So one of the things that they thought is like to pass and make that law to ensure that they will also be encouraged. There will be a tax incentives and support, incentives and support. Yeah. Next is like, why youth, you know, and a green economy. So why should Filipino youth, or why should you youth take part in the green economy? So there are three reasons. And first is youth are innovative. We cannot deny the fact that we are also tech savvy, digital and adaptive. Another reason is there is a growing demand for eco-friendly products and services. Wherever you go right now, people are now looking for, a place where an eco-friendly place where they can still enjoy the nature, where they can enjoy, so many things, especially natural resources and a lot more. And another is there are government incentives and training programs to help you start. And this makes young people, all of us here, because I still consider myself as young, so this makes young people the perfect drivers of green innovation and social impact. Okay. Now, what are some policies or programs in my country, which I believe in your country as well, you have this kind of programs. And because of course what the governments will always think and take and implement is also what's good for all their people, especially for the young ones. So let me share some existing programs that support young entrepreneurs in my country. Like, for example, the DTI, the Department of Trade and Industry in the Philippines, they created the YEP, or the Youth Entrepreneurship Program. It provides actually training, mentorship, and market access for young entrepreneurs. Aside from that, they also created Kapatid Mentor Me, or the KMME, which connects new entrepreneurs to experienced mentors from successful companies. So what they're doing employment, but opportunities to other people.
I think there is a issue. Maybe their network.
Yeah. Going back, thank you for for waiting. So, what am I? Okay, now, just to share with you some of support programs in the Philippines, which I guess you can also check with your own government if you have similar programs as well. Okay, so here in the country, as I mentioned earlier, the Department of Trade and Industries of the country, they created the Youth Entrepreneurship Program, the YEP, which provides training, mentorship, and no, and market access for young entrepreneurs. And also they created the Kapatid Mentor Me or the KMME, which provides, connections, connects new entrepreneurs to experienced mentors from successful companies. And as I said, if you are doing this, it means to say, if you're doing the mentorship, mean to say that your business is doing well. And the government recognizes you as, great contributor to the economy, and that's very important because the government will always should always support and provide you significant training and some development programs and engagements. Aside from that, the TESDA or the Technical Education Skills Development Authority programs, which offers technical and green skills training like solar installations, hydroponics, waste recycling, and etc. So even our school, the George Ilan International School of Hotel and Tourism Management, we have also TESDA programs, which helps also youth to to enhance their skills and look for a better, jobs in the future. Now, aside from that, I know that there are also some, LGUs or local government units and city youth offices, which provides seed funding, I mean to say a capital or a business startup program. So something like that. And I know that maybe that your country will also or has similar programs as well. Okay. Now, moving forward, the green skills and reskilling. So sometimes in nowadays, we just only thought that what we need to do is just only upskilling and reskilling. But green skills is also very important. Now it's now integrated in many of the curriculum. Just for example, in my country, in my school, in our school, we integrated already, you know, um, green or SDGs or green skills courses to enhance our program. Okay. And aside from entrepreneurship, many youth now focus on the green skills, as I said, which are highly, highly employable. Just for example, I share with you the solar panel installations and maintenance, because many of the universities right now, especially in my area, they're now installing, they're doing the installation of the solar panel to, to do the, to make sure to supply source of, energy to the entire campus. Aside from that, the organic farming and hydroponics, and what we are promoting also is that the farm to table, service or culinary. We're doing that as well because we know how important to be healthy. So we do away with some farms, in my place, that are now doing away with these chemicals. Okay, then also sustainable packaging and circular business models, which apps, cycling, waste to income projects. And these are all marketable skills which you can transform into business opportunities. And what I'm showing you right now in your screens is now just a simple framework on how a sustainability should also be seen. Because sustainability doesn't only talks about, doing some uh putting some efforts in developments of your personal values and interests. But of course, you need to see also how your skills be a contribution to this particular sustainable programs. And there are so many, where as you can see, there are so many factors which can affect in in developing your or enhancing your game skills. Yeah. So it talks about, the framework conditions, the skills development, and it boils down to, to different specific general, context, and doing sustainability, practices, sustainable practices, in terms of your competencies, in terms of your brain skills. Just to share with you, one of the companies here in my country is the Rags to Riches. This is a company, a Filipino success story, which started in Payatas, Quezon City. It's in Luzon area. We are actually in the southern part of the country, but this company is in the northern part of the country. It's in near Manila. Okay, so it started in Payatas, Quezon City, where women use scraps from landfills to make woven products. So, with the training, of course, that provided by the government in some organizations extended to this women group, so they design coaching and business guidance. So they develop into a global social enterprise selling eco-friendly fashion and products internationally. So not just only here in a country, but they are also recognized in other countries. And maybe you can search as well this particular company because they're very known. Just imagine the picture that I'm showing you right now. These are the products already that they're doing, and that the name already tells us that they're doing well because it's the rags to riches. And what are the key lessons that we can get from this? First is social impact, which can be profitable. Second is upcycling can be a business. And use of storytelling and branding to reach the market. And that's really very important. Because when we are doing business, we're not just only selling products. We are actually telling stories. And when we tell stories, this is not just about your own story, but it says it shares about stories, how this product was developed, how you started, but of course how it will give the impact or will contribute to um the market, to the economy. So that's, and of course to the local people. Okay. So that's one of the cases that I can share with you. I know there are so many, even here in my place. One of my friends is now actually received an award just last month for being, being good as well in doing his business, where he started with, with only $15. Just $15 in a business, selling when he started to bake or to cook cassava cake. And now is now selling, and he has now around 50 branches in the country, and they are now exporting as well. So he was awarded as one of the best CEO impactful business in the country in Asia. And now, he is now sharing his stories, not just to students, but of course to the world. That, as simple as if you have this mindset of like helping other people, I know that you will go really far. Okay. Okay. Moving on. I'd like to share also this one. This is also a case that a local government unit local government unit of Quezon City is now doing. The Quezon City has successfully run youth entrepreneurship boot camps where over 133 young participants learned how to pitch ideas, develop business plans, and connect to mentors. This shows us that the local governments are active partners in building youth entrepreneurship. And In terms of green business ideas for youth, now I know some of you might also ask, how can I start and where to start and what is this business ideas all about? Okay, so here are the some business ideas you can start with. Low capital, upcycled bags, scraps or home decor, solar installations or maintenance services, composting or organic fertilizer production, sustainable food products and packaging, and ecotourism. So these are the real, profitable and in-demand sectors today. I'm so sorry. In my place right now, we're having a typhoon anyways. I can still proceed. Yeah? Okay. Moving on. So this is now some of the business ideas for youth where you can check. Maybe you can do something about your place if you can still develop ecotourism park or what, partnering with the business or the government. Oh. Hello. Can you hear the the rain outside? Can you hear any noise? You're hearing any
No,
noise?
sir. No,
It's
sir.
okay. Can
Yes,
I
sir.
see
It's okay.
it?
Yes, sir. You can
Okay,
continue.
sure. Okay. Anyways, just don't mind, but it's really heavy rain outside, and I forgot my headset. Anyway, so what's the green business is shared with you? So if you are considering a business, you have to take action to one to save monies by wasting, less, prevents pollution. Of course, when we are thinking of a business, we have to think of all these things. We reduce utility use and engages employees. It should create healthier places to work and on a journey of continuous improvement. So that should be the idea, or the mindset of the young entrepreneurs. Okay. Now, moving on, how to start business, green business ideas. So here are some simple step-by-step guide to help you begin. So you can start with, identifying a problem to solve, validate your idea, try to think what business that I need to do to address this kind of issue or problem. Then you try also to ask yourself, who will buy it if I'm doing this kind of business? If I will produce this, who will buy? Then you can start also think of like to learn green skills, learn basic business and green skills, and try to join the government programs, training, and some reskilling and some upskilling, you know, sessions with the government or any organizations that provide you. Okay. And also try to find a mentor. That's very important. Someone who can really help you, someone who can also help you build really your business, who truly understand as well your idea. So that's also very important. You need to build a simple business model on your own as well. So build simple business model. So register your enterprise because that's also very important. Uh, so you will also be guided by the and helped by the government. Find support from the LGUs, from any government agencies, and maybe you can start applying for the seed funding or mentorship. Okay. Now, aside from that, where to find a support. So as I shared earlier, you can actually think of different institutions to find real support for young entrepreneurs. So for the government, just for example, in my country, we have the Department of Trade and Industry. I know you have the same or similar government agencies who provides training, mentoring, and market access. You can also look for similar government agencies in your country who provides technical and vocational, courses or certifications. And work with the local government units, your city, your municipality, you know. As well as I know there are so many non-government organizations or the social impact incubators, which provides financing, business coaching, and microfinance and cooperative banks to provide you startup funding options. Now, what are the measuring, how to measure your impact? A green business is not just about income, it's all about impact. You try to look for, income and livelihood created, the jobs created, number of employed people, the reduction in waste or carbon footprints. So if you're doing business, to ensure and to check if they're doing well, if you're doing well really, and it's all about green economy, then try to ask these questions if you are, reducing waste or carbon footprints, if you are doing social and community benefits, and this impacts actually makes your business not just sustainable but meaningful. Okay. Policy and advocacy. So young entrepreneurs are not just participants, but decision makers. So you can influence through one is local youth councils. You can join the local youth councils, and this one is actually very good because you are doing this uh, the diplomacy and the gathering of all the youths in your country and across the globe. The climate councils and consultations, community improvement campaigns, and the law that our government has exists, but you must also demand access and implementation. It's not just, it will never stop from, having only business, but we need also to make sure that we're doing business, we have this law, and we make sure that this law will really be implemented. Okay. And what are the next action steps? So you have to pick one green business idea. You have to think of that. You have to take or enroll in any short course program that the government offers. Talk to a mentor and or incubator group. Set up a small prototype project and track environmental or social impact from day one. No, and this is we have to consider that small actions, big changes. In fact, right now we're joining our the startup challenge. Well, for the tourism and hospitality students in the country, they are providing the winner will receive 5 million pesos to do the business which is sustainable, something that is really good for economy. Similar to this, that is why I chose this topic because this is really, really very close to my heart about the green economy, the green employment, because we're doing also competitions, as I said, that my students are now joining, that if they will win, we submitted already our proposal, and we're thinking of considering a tourism research and development and innovation center in my place. So hopefully we will be granted with that money, and we can really do so many business, many projects, and that research center will focus on halal productions and businesses. Okay. Now, let's just also take this into account that youth are not just job seekers. As I mentioned earlier, because there are so many unemployed, so many underemployed, but youth are not just job seekers. I always believe that we are job creators, we are eco innovators, we are change makers. And let's build businesses that create income, impact, and a greener country. So that's all. Thank you so much, everyone. Maraming salamat. This is Randy Roldan Lanoso or Dr. Randy Roldan Lanoso, and thank you for having me this evening.
Thank you so much, Sir Mr. Lunamzo, for such an insightful and powerful session. You discuss such interesting topic as youth employment trends, the Philippines Youth Employment Report, the green economy, and an inspiring ranks to reach this case study. Your insight were both informative and motivation. Your analysis, your experiences, and your guidance have added tremendous value to today's discussion. We deeply appreciate your time, your expertise, and your commitment to climate action. So now we will now move towards the question answer segment of our session. I request all participants to raise their hands if they would like to speak directly. We will try our best to address as many questions as time allows. Yes, Wasim, can ask.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, well,
All right.
it's kind of difficult, but anyways, try to
All right. Yeah, yes, sir. All right. So, sir, we feel very proud when we are having interaction with such kind of the intellectuals like you. So, sir, you have insisted on the green economy. So, my question is related green economy too. So, sir, what barriers stops developing the countries from fully adopting green economies models like the Pakistan in the developing countries like Pakistan, India?
okay, sorry. I try also to type your question. Um, but can you repeat again? So sorry. For those who would like to ask question, you can
Yeah.
leave a message in the chat box and I will answer it. I'm so sorry with my reception.
Yeah.
Please do repeat your question, Sir Razin.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. Sir, I am trying to say that what barriers stop developing countries like Pakistan, India from fully adopting green economy models? You got it?
Yeah, the green economy models.
Yes, sir. I am trying to say that these countries, like developing countries, Pakistan and India, are not going to fully shift from the concrete models to the green economy models. So, what are the barriers which are stopping these countries to shift from concrete models like buildings and projects like that from the buildings to the green economy models?
Okay, I get it. Um, well, I know, as I mentioned earlier, we have different challenges. And I have shared earlier about the status of, you know, what a developing country like our country, Philippines, we are already on the same page. In the economic status and classification, Pakistan, India, and the Philippines are not that two really, so different. We have wonderful people. We have promising young people, promising generation. We have very we have very good resources. We have really good laws, which I shared earlier as well. That's only one law. But what you can do as youth is that, to form this particular forum, this youth diplomacy forum, is now an avenue to make ways, and to create, to craft, a development plan that you can submit to the government, make a partnership with the government, and try to become the voice of your government, of the youth. So that's what I'm doing as well ever since. I'm not an activist, but something that it's in really my heart that I need to be the voice. I consider myself as the voice of the youth of my generation. That I have to talk to them and tell them. I know because business green economy, doing business in green and sustainable approaches. is really big. But we need help. We need help. And the only people who can help us, the NGOs and the government. So what I can suggest is to start making partnership with your government. Try this forum, this wonderful youth diplomacy forum can now be an avenue for you to, to move forward, submit a proposal, talk to them, maybe who asked the question, Wasim, who asked the question, can now take the lead. And I know for sure the government, if they cannot hear you now, try and try, and until you will be heard, you know? Yeah. So that's it. So thank you.
Yes,
All right.
thank you so much, sir. Now, Farheen, you may ask question. Can ask. Farheen, now it's your turn.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So my question is related to Philippines. First of all, it was such an insightful presentation. We have learned a lot. So if we talk about Philippines, it faces climate risks. We know, like other states, that directly threaten livelihoods. So shifting to a green economy is not just an environmental choice for us, but a survival strategy as well. So the real challenge is ensuring this transition uplifts vulnerable communities rather than deepening existing inequalities. So my
Yeah.
question is that how can Philippines build a green economy that protects people from climate threats, while also creating fair opportunities for, we can say, its poorest communities as well. Thank you so much.
Okay. So thank you. Thank you for that question. Really true. Not everything, not everything can be treated fairly. But as I shared with you, nowadays, especially in the Philippines, uh, those agencies have mentioned the Department of Trade and Industries, the DTI, and the TESDA, the Technical Education Skills Development Authority. They're both now creating an atmosphere of fairness. They're now giving us, scholarships, they're providing, and we make sure we qualify. Each and every organization given the grants should really give the slots or the scholarships to those who are deserving students or youth. So there is no way, just for example, in my own little ways, in my organization, when we are doing the training for this less fortunate individuals or youth, we really screen. We really screen. So we don't just get those who are kids of our friends or what, but we make sure we give the scholarships to those who are in need. So in doing so, the same also as I shared earlier, one of my friends is now received, no, who received an ASEAN CE award. Uh, he was not that really, it was not actually rich because he has only $15 back then when he started. So that's only 3,000 pesos to start the business. And it was the Department of Trade and Industry who helped him to develop and ensure good packaging of his product, provide the seed capital, meaning the minimum capital, the minimal capital, and etc. etc. So there are so many ways, and I know it is also happening in other countries. That is why even I know you heard it in different news right now. We have some issues in the government, but it didn't stop some organizations just like our organization. It didn't stop us to help the community, to help our students, and um make sure that we treated them fairly. So I hope you will also feel the same way, you know because for sure in some Yeah. So we'll just continue. What we started. So all the non-government organizations, just like my company, and other other affiliated companies and organizations, we're still pushing that the government will really provide us the needed assistance and support that the young ones just like you has to need to receive or need to be given. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes,
Sir,
we have one more question left. Khalilullah Rafifa, you may ask.
Hello, sir. Thanks for the insightful presentation. My name is Khalila. I'm from Indonesia. So, recently there were extreme floods and landslides happened in Indonesia, which were caused not only by heavy rains, but also by government decisions, which allows businesses to do deforestations, which make it even worse. So my question is, what can be done and what is the solution to make the government pursue the environmental protection aim and make businesses to comply to environmental protection regulations? Thank you.
Thank you, Kalila. Continue what you're doing. You're attending this really good forum, as I said earlier. You can also be the leader of your generation in your place, in your organization, or in your school. You can develop, you can create one. No, you don't need to become an activist. You don't need to, to go against the government, because government will really, of course, they have the standards, they have the policy, they have the laws that you need to follow. But try to look at what policies, what laws they have right now that really protects our environment, that really helps the businesses in your country, that really helps youth. Then with that, after assessment, then do, a counter proposal. That's what we're doing. So as I said, any country. So whoever is attending from different countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, um, Myanmar, etc., etc. So wherever you are right now, you can always be the voice of your generation. With You can be the voice of your group. By doing so, you can, with this forum, you can already craft a proposal. And there are so many ways how to do it. And with the help of AI, with the help of technology, you can create a craft a better proposal for the government. For the government to assess and to check if actually your proposal can really is also aligned with their mandates. Okay? So, and remember, our actions will definitely result to whatever consequences in the future. So they need to understand. Maybe you can also share or tell them what's the status of your environment there, just like what we are doing here. We show them this are now what is happening in our places because of some projects which the government allowed. Just for example, just to mention the mining, like the development of a certain place. They build really big hotels, really big really huge resorts and all that. They are developing the place, but they're distracting the environment. So it's not actually a help to the environment. It's not a help to the economy, but it is actually a distraction. To minimize, they have to do something, it should be balanced. They're doing business at the same time, they're helping the economy and they're helping the environment, which is the most important. Because we cannot deny the fact, or we have to accept the fact that our natural resources help us keep going, help us keep alive. So if we don't have the resources, that is why we cannot blame why we have this climate change, why we're having this. Just for example, my current situation as of the moment, we have this heavy rain. Why we have this? Because of what the people is doing. So be the voice of your generation, be the voice of your school, Kalila, and continue what you're doing, what you started. Continue joining the Youth Diplomacy Forum, and I you will learn so many things and lobby it to your government. Thank you.
Thank you.
So would you allow me to add something? Actually, really want to ask something again,
Yeah,
if you
sure.
let me. Um, Sir, actually, when we are talking about all this stuff, we have seen when we analyze, particularly the third world countries, we see that there would be definitely certain area where which will be affected by climate change. So, in the context of Philippines, so being Pakistani, we have seen there would be certain area which will be more affected by climate change, and government included, some organization would marginalize these people when it comes to decision making. So I want to ask about Philippines. Are the local communities who are most affected by climate change actually included in planning the Philippines like green economy, or are decision being made without their input? Because in decision making, who are most marginalized, we should involve them, what they want for them, what they needed to be done without their consent. Sometimes we marginalize and sometimes we ignore them. So my question is that would you people allow them in decision making? Actually, the government as well. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You have to join them. You have to let them be part of the decision making, because you cannot go, further without, of course, as you said, the consent of the local people is really very important. As I shared earlier, the how to start the green business ideas. First is, of course, you have to take a look what problem or issues in the society, in the community, that you need to address. We're not just doing business for our own sake. We're doing business, or the green business idea, or the green economy, because we're helping the entire community. So who will decide? It's not just only the government. And remember also, who puts the officials in the government? It's actually the local people. So what you can do as well is, of course, to do the forum. You can also discuss it with them. Try to educate, because sometimes it's sad to say, but there are some communities, there are people who are blinded because they were being paid. You know what I mean?
Yes,
They were
100%.
Yes, they were paid. And all of us, sometimes we're not actually part of that city, we're not part of that place, but we know already the possible effect of that development. So we're so eager to tell them, you don't have to agree to that, to the proposals of these businesses, etc., because the businesses will tell them, okay, you provide us, you allow us to construct this building. You leave, we will transfer you to another place or another area. We will pay for this. We will grant a scholarship to your kids, etc., and we'll build blah blah blah. They have so many promises. And people, the local community, sometimes they don't understand. They were blinded with this money and etc. But what you can do, you take part and try also to, to educate, to try to orient them, educate them. What will happen to you, to the future generation, if they will allow them to do this? That's what happened here in our country as well. So every one of us actually take part, and every one of us really take some moves, and to ensure that the mining, the open pit mining, will really stop, and it really stopped. It really stopped. So that's really very, very good question, Farheen, and thank you for bringing this up. And I know it is also happening into so many places around the world. But again, let's always have the courage of educating others. Let's take part in making decision, and let them also feel important. Let them always, be accountable for the decisions that they make.
Uh,
Feedbacks, whatever you will say. Thank you.
So education and awareness are the key to successful green economy. Without, we can say, informed communities, even the best policies cannot reach those who need the most. Thank you so much.
uh, Thank you, sir. So there's no more question. So as we come to the end of the session, so I would like to once again thanks so much, sir, Mr. Ranzo, for such a insightful and attractive session with us. I would like to thanks each one of you for your active participation, your thoughtful engagement, and your continuation support throughout your webinar series. Your presence gives meaning to this platform, and together we are rebuilding a stronger, more aware, and more climate conscious global community. We look forward to seeing you all in our next session. Until then, stay safe, stay motivated, and keep contributing to positive climate action. Thank you once again, and have a wonderful day or evening ahead. Goodbye. Thank you so much.